In August 2016, Bancomext issued $700 million in Tier 2 subordinated preferred capital notes to shore up its business of helping Mexico's exporters improve the country's foreign trade prospects. Here to discuss that issuance and the future of Mexico's foreign trade are Francisco González and Miguel Siliceo. How important is foreign trade to Mexico's economy?
Foreign trade is really the engine that moves the country. It's 60% of the GDP. Mexico is double the size of all the manufacturing of Central and South America together, is a huge manufacturing factory. As a development bank, we have a very good collaboration with the financial institutions in Mexico. We work with SMEs via these institutions. And what we offer is guarantees, for example, to help banks give loans to those companies with a better interest rate, lowering the risk, helping to perform in a better way.
Bancomext's mission is to expand and develop Mexico's foreign trade, and you've broken that mission down into 5 goals.
That's right. The first one is to promote exports, to promote Mexican companies selling goods and services abroad. The second one is internationalization of Mexican companies. The footprint of Mexican companies worldwide is increasing. We are, for example, the #1 investor in Ecuador, #1 in Spain after the European Union, one of the 3 top investors in the Philippines. The third one is increasing this value chain and competitive possibilities for Mexican companies, improving the capital expenditures, for example. Then Mexico is really moving also in foreign direct investment, so we can bring more and more anchors to Mexico, like the automotive industry. The last one is also to increase the possibilities of services like tourism, like IT and others, so we can have a healthy economy, not only in the manufacturing, also in the service arena.
Miguel, turning to your recent issuance, what drove Bancomext to expand your capital in this way?
When a government institution like ourselves requires capital, the injection of capital, the most straightforward mechanism is to have an injection for the owner, from the government, in pesos. In our case, we were talking to our authorities, analyzing different alternatives. We were able to launch a transaction, a Tier 2 transaction, a subordinated debt, that according with our records is the first time that a public bank accesses this particular kind of transaction. The positive effects for our bank was basically 2 of them. On the one hand, we were able to increase our capital from 11.4% to 19%. On the other side, considering that 70% of our assets are in dollars, when we have the injection of capital in the dollar terms, we offset any devaluation or any movement on the exchange rate.
It was highly successful. What made the issuance such a success?
First was innovation, it has never done before. Second one was a strong support from the Mexican authorities, from the National Banking Commission of Mexico, from the Central Bank, and investor banks who helped us launch the transaction. What we did in coordination with our banks, we launched the transaction in one-day roadshow, 5 different teams in London, New York, LA, Boston, and Mexico. Fortunately, the markets opened in a very strong for our favor. We initially offered $500 million. We have a demand of almost $3.8 billion, 8 times the demand for that particular bond. We have a participation of about 220 different investors, and we were able to increase for $500 to $700 million because that was particularly the number that we were looking for.
So Francisco, what's next for Bancomext?
We're looking in this troubling worldwide economy to fulfill all the requirements of the Mexican companies. We have to support them, for example, with factoring and letters of credit to all the countries in which they have trade. The idea is not to stay only in the area of manufacturing, in services and tourism, to go beyond. We're looking, for example, for medical tourism, for the telecom area. We are really interested in developing the Industry 4.0 with all the IoT, Internet of Things. This has to do also with software. It has to do also with creative industries. And we have to continue developing these areas, but not leaving the actual manufacturing companies alone. We have to be with them in new trades, new experiences, new countries. And in this sense, we're very happy to be behind Mexican exporters.
Francisco, Miguel, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Paul, thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Go to worldfinance.com for more on Bancomext deal, and please subscribe for more project finance news, as well as all the latest insights from World Finance.